So I'm just watching a flipbook of that simulation of that cache. Not the whole thing, but you know, enough. So yeah, we've got a lot of energy here, big kind of, got particles flying all over the place, but at the same time we've got really nice some kind of textural detail in the floor here. If you can see the kind of lumps and clumps of this kind of soggy mud, which looks really good. Okay, so I'm just going to jump out of here, and one thing we should have done beforehand, or you can do if you haven't cached this out yet, but I'm just going to do it here, is just delete. We should, you know, all the other stuff and just keep the particles. So I'm just going to drop a delete here, delete all of the nodes, all the geometry, and then I'm left with these, with the points there. If not, if you want, what you can do is in the actual simulation here, in the object merge, if you just select to merge out this, which is this is where the grains are. Okay, and then that's all that will come out there. So yeah, we've got the grains here. So I want to look at upresing this now using, we'll use this shelf tool to do it. Before I do that, because what this will do is multiply it by 10, I believe, the number that we've got. So we got 2,600,000 there, 700,000. So yeah, we should have about 20 million. So you know, that could be pretty heavy. So I'm just going to before pushing to that, I'm just going to delete a little section, and maybe what I'll do is use bounding volume and change this to points, delete, and then just grab a section. I'll do it at the edge so I can see the kind of border as well. Okay, and then just do delete non-selected. So there I've got just a little section there. And let me see, let's name these. So let's do ISO grains. And this, let's see, test, because this isn't going to be part of, you know, the final kind of setup. Okay, just for a test, and I'll put it over to the side maybe. Cool. Now we just go to click this upres sand in the grains on the grains shelf. Make sure we have this selected. Cursor in the viewport here. Press enter. That will set up this for us. Okay, so beforehand, this is what we had, 84,000 points, and then with this we've got 842. Yeah, so it's a factor of 10. So let's see what it's done for us, right? So it's just generated the orient attribute. Okay, just set down a basic the basic orient attribute. We can visualize that. I think if we come in here and find it, oh, don't see the orient. Where are you? Maybe it's hidden. Oh, never mind. We've got the attributes on there, and that will help to that will be taken into account when duplicating the points. So we've got this point duplicate, which is where we actually get our new points. Okay, so if we zoom in closer, so we can see what's going on there. So you can see this point gets a kind of cluster of 4 around it. Maybe if I'll isolate just one and put another one, and just do, if I do group 0, delete non-selected, it should give me 1 point. There we go. So I've just got my one little points there, and then create my orient, duplicate, and now we've got 10 on top. Okay, but you can see the kind of overlap, they're piled up on top of each other. Okay, so to fix that, we've got this wrangle, which creates a seed and adjusts the p-scale. So once I visualize that, look at the size of the points change. You can see they change and they all fit within this sphere, right? So we've got a sphere which is the size of the original point, right? And then the p-scale is using a seed for, no, actually we don't use the, we use the seed for the color after, actually, yeah. So for the p-scale, yeah, we're using a cube root, which is based on how many points we're generating. Okay, so the more points we have, the smaller they'll get, so that they can fit within the circle. It's a bit like think about it like subdividing a mesh, right? The more subdivision you have, the smaller those polygons have to come, and that's what this this function is doing for us. So if I increase the number of points, you can see they'll get smaller. They'll have to get smaller to fit into that space. Okay, so I'd never go up to this, you know, amount, but just to show you what we're doing. Okay, so yeah, by default it's at 10. I think let's push it way down for now to just 3. Okay, packing density, so you can play around with that if you want more or less space. You know, this will affect the render. You'll have this part here, so this is just literally multiplying the p-scale. So if you want kind of more light passing through, then you can push this down. If not, then you can push it up, and we'll have overlapping points. Okay, I'll just leave it at 1 for now. So let's do it like that, because I'm going to turn these off, and then at the end, yeah, we've just got this color, which is using the seed that was built here. Okay, so we got a seed, which is a rand function based on the point number. So every point will have a different number, and that will generate a different seed, a value between 0 and 1 for each particle, and then that's used to drive. We've got this ramp from attributes 0 and 1. So any particle with a value of 0 will have this color. A particle with a value of 1 will be white, and then a little bit of variation in between. Whether we use that at the end or not, I'm not sure yet. We'll see. And now if I deactivate them, we'll get a whole load of points. Here we go. So if I jump back into my camera, here we go. We can see we've got a lot more detail there now. It's much much finer grains. Okay, so you can play around with that and up to the point of whatever your computer can handle, and the look that you're going for. So there we've got 8 million there. So yeah, be careful with this value, right? So that's going to be multiplying the quantity of points that you've got.